legalize marijuana in Illinois is very popular, but the facts show it has a significant impact on public health and safety. We're in Springfield, Illinois, in the state capital, to see if some of the most vocal lobbyists and activists in the state can follow the logic. Would you like to see marijuana legalized in Illinois?
Yes, I would.
I think the marijuana should be legalized for the mere fact that many of our people, and that's everyone, is being arrested for a fact of having what they call illegal drugs.
So they've decriminalized marijuana. Is that far enough for you, or do you want the legalization, full legalization?
I think it should be legal.
I do.
I believe it should be legalized. We have many young gentlemen in prison for carrying a little thing of marijuana, which just legalize it, be like the rest of the states, Denver, California.
So Illinois has decriminalized it, but is that enough for you, or do you want to see the full legalization?
Fully legalization.
Yes, I would.
Would you say that like science and data are important considerations in the lawmaking process?
I would.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
I would say yes, it is. It is important.
Yes.
So if there was a reputable study that showed that a condition or a substance was making people sick or was a threat to public safety, that is data that we should allow to inform our opinion in the process.
Possibly.
Possibly? What about you?
No.
No? We shouldn't let the studies inform our opinions?
No, it shouldn't, because sometimes the studies are slanted.
Yeah.
If it made people sick, yes, it would be a consideration.
I think it would have to be weighed with the pluses and minuses of everything all in told.
Well, I'm just going to run a few things by. The Colorado Impact Study found that after it was legalized in after marijuana was legalized in Colorado, showed that traffic-related deaths where marijuana was a factor increased by 62% over the year before. Given that data, would you still say legalizing is a benefit?
That would slant my opinion.
Yeah, but maybe restrictions similar to alcohol or something. Everything needs to be controlled to a certain extent, I guess.
If you see the statistics of traffic, that is it all based on marijuana, or did they have other substance in their system? So I would have to try to see in that if it was just that they were smoking marijuana, did they have alcohol in their system at the same time, to try to get the factors correct to see if that would impact my decision.
Yeah, because I don't believe that percentage.
So the same study found that while marijuana use among youth decreased 4% nationwide, in Colorado after it was legalized, it increased 20%. Does that data change your feelings about legalizing marijuana?
I would not like to see a 13-year-old, quote, strung out on marijuana. And I would have a problem with that.
It definitely changes my opinion.
Youth as in like under 18?
Yeah.
I think that's something that needs to be paid attention to and talked about.
Yeah, because more youth are starting to smoke it because they figure it's easier. It's like going to a candy store now.
So hospitalizations in Colorado after marijuana was legalized, hospitalizations related to marijuana use went up 32%. Is that benign? Given that data, you still think benign?
Since I don't live in Colorado, it's really kind of hard for me to make a call on that.
Once it's law, there's no going back. So I feel that we should look at it very carefully before we take this into consideration as law.
I think there's probably more to it than that. I think that's simplifying the data.
Listing, I think it's a natural substance. Legalize it, smoke it.
Well, if it's legalized, they have to tax it. Look at the condition of Illinois right now. And this state is hurting extremely as a direct result of some of the politicians we have. And we need ways to create more revenue for this state. There's no reason that Illinois should be at the bottom of everything every year. We're a rich state, we're rich in community, and we're rich in the heart of the people. And that needs to be maintained, and the only way to maintain it is more revenue.
So we shouldn't change any of what we're doing in government. We need to find new things to tax and bring in revenue. We shouldn't there's nothing.
We need to be more efficient with what we do.
So just given all that we've talked about, the increase in traffic deaths, the increase in hospitalization, increase in youth usage, would you still say you want to see marijuana legalized in Illinois?
I think I would.
I'm not positive now. I'm not positive now.
I think it's really good to have a conversation about that kind of thing and really dig through it, and I do think it should be legalized.
I would still legalize it, yes.
Yes, for the medical benefits. There's too many pros on the medical side of it to just look at everything from a closed-minded point of view of how much this goes up or that goes up or down.
And the public safety issue is not.
Well, most people, if it's legalized, I would think being adults would be smart enough to know how to handle it and where and when.
When confronted with facts, we found activists in general will discredit and dismiss the information to suit their own opinion rather than follow the logic.